So just a bit of disclaimer here. I've been involved with these things for 30 years, but I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not giving you a legal advice on how to be in one specific case, because every time we end up in a situation that there has been use of force from one person to another, we have to understand that this might take us to the court, and most probably will. One of the biggest worries people have is that what will the law say if I defend myself? And that is a very good question. Then also in self-defense we come into saying that, okay, we don't have any rules, but that's really not the case. We do have rules, and that's usually called the law. So where are the boundaries? Our first step in any self-defense is to avoid the situation, not to get into one. But then if you are in the middle of one, you cannot get away. There is no alternative option for you to actually do anything. And you have to physically defend yourself. The key element here is, were you surprised? Or was this, something like a called upon action? Somebody coming to push me at the bar, and then I get angry, and then I'm going into a situation that, all right, hey, let's get on with it. Was this really a self-defense situation? I think that a lot of times we tend to agree that, well, really it was about perhaps me in this situation getting angry about losing my face or something like this. Now that's the hard part in training. To actually train something like this, and when it all of the sudden happens, it's hard to do. But the law, in sense, and now when I'm talking about the law, this is general in all of the world. The thing is that when we train in self-defense, let's say like in Krav Maga, what we train are reactions when we're training, like a technique, okay, what's your answer to somebody punching your face? What's your answer to somebody pushing you? What's your answer to this and that? And that's sort of like the technical training that we're doing. We're trying to prime our skills and then our reactions to help us get off from the situation. And that's the part in law. I could not avoid the situation. I was ambushed, and fortunately the ambush didn't go through, because if I truly was ambushed, I couldn't do anything. I just got beat up, in worst case killed. But now when we go into training more like a tactical way, the tactical training meaning that, hey, I need to learn how to talk myself out of the situation, and then I need to learn how to avoid the situation. But bringing the legal aspect into training, I think that the most of the cases is that if I've already stopped the attack, and now this is important, I've stopped the attack, the attacker is down on the ground, they are not posing a threat anymore, they cannot move, you have really disabled them. Then to learn how to walk away, or perhaps run away, but to walk away and not go in and start beating the person. So, in the eyes of the law, we have the right to defend ourselves against the attacks. And of course, by doing that, we have to understand that there is what is enough use of force and what is over excessive use of force. We do the situation so that we are training the reactions. We are training how to react to an ambush situation. So now, if in training, we train so that the person starts to walk towards you, we are coming from technique and technical point of view, a little bit to the tactical point of view. How to move out, how to de-escalate, how to check your surroundings, and we're doing all according to the law. But if the distance is closed and you cannot do anything else, you cannot get away, and you go into a situation that, hey, I am truly in danger, and now I'm using any reactive technique, kick, punch, release, whatever, and I disable the person from continuing, and then I keep on going and attacking the person. Now I've crossed the boundary of self-defense again. So thinking self-defense as the brakes in your car. You use the brakes because you could not just change lane. You have to brake before you collide. This is a subject that we could, talk and go over for hours. But in practice, when you go and train self-defense, the physical side of self-defense, create the exercises so that once you've hit the person and the person is playing with you and said, okay, now there's enough distance and time for you to get out, train getting out and not only train to keep on attacking and moving and eventually killing the person. Then if we change the thing so that, hey, you cannot get away and the person is still in the game, so to say, you have to keep on fighting until you reach the point that, hey, now I can retract, I can get away, and that's the end of your self-defense. Now, another thing concerning the self-defense is, of course, that we can protect not only ourselves, but we can protect the others. So we see the videos where some person stabbing the other people, and then there's a prominent citizen who does something, or group of citizens who come in and actually end that aggression. In these situations, again, you have to think that I have to be the first one to actually call for help. If the person in help cannot do that, call for help and then think of, okay, what can I do? And now we're talking about more of the scenarios and more of tactical training than technical training. This is also another point of laws and self-defense not to be forgotten. In most parts of the world, everybody has the right to defend themselves or others from these harmful and violent actions. There's a lot of things to do and things not to do, but to put these things together smartly and think that the law is our friend, not our enemy in self-defense. Think how to actually apply that in your training is important, and that's why just, find good instructors, send us some messages. If you have any questions, just, comment and let's discuss this and try to explain more about the general ideas on law and self-defense. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, just, hit like, hit subscribe, do share the video and get the word out. All right, be seeing you in this channel.